So while most of America was glued to the TV, debating those questionable calls and, dissecting the halftime show, the world of financial technology was having its own Super Bowl. And trust me, the plays were just as dramatic.
It really is, isn't it? It's this one massive collective moment where everyone's talking about the same thing. But here's the thing. While we were all in that group chat, some of FinTech's biggest names weren't just watching the game. Oh no, they were making some game-changing moves that tell us a whole lot about where the industry is headed.
We're going to break down what went down over the weekend for these three companies. First, you've got Bill, which made a move that totally caught Wall Street off guard. Then there's Block, the company behind Cash App. They got serious about getting in shape. And then we have Coinbase, which, well, they brought back the boy bands. Seriously. Three huge companies, three wildly different strategies. All right, first up, let's talk about Bill. Their play, a classic boring is sexy move that hinted at a massive, massive buyout. Get this, 32%. That's how much their stock jumped in a single day. That's basically the stock market's version of a game-winning Hail Mary pass. And the reason for all the excitement? Rumors started swirling that a huge private equity firm was getting ready to buy the whole company. So what exactly is Bill? Well, they are the undisputed king of back-office financial software for small and medium-sized businesses. I'm talking about accounts payable, accounts receivable, spend management, all the nitty-gritty stuff your accountant absolutely geeks out over. Now, it might sound boring, but as they've proven since 2006, that boring stuff is pure recurring revenue gold. Okay, so why is private equity, those big firms that buy companies to fix them up and sell them later, so interested all of a sudden? Well, they are sitting on mountains of cash, and in a world with high interest rates, they're hunting for safe bets. They absolutely love predictable cash flow, sticky customers who aren't going anywhere, and those sweet, sweet profit margins you get with software as a service. And guess what? Bill checks all three boxes. It basically looks like a fortress in a really volatile market. At the end of the day, Bill's big weekend was a powerful reminder for everyone. While all the flashy new apps get the headlines, the unglamorous behind-the-scenes work of managing business payments is incredibly valuable. Boring is and has always been very, very sexy to people holding giant checkbooks. Okay, next up, Block. So while Bill was getting all this buyout buzz, Block was over here hitting the gym. This was their cardio season play. 10%. That's the chunk of its workforce that Block laid off on Super Bowl Monday. Yeah, this wasn't about a buyout. This was a hard internal reset. It was all about discipline and focus. Now, the official line from CEO Jack Dorsey was that this was an efficiency push. And look, that's true. But let's translate that. It's also corporate speak for a massive shift that's happening all across tech. That whole growth at all costs party from 2021, it's over. Now the market demands profitable growth, which means it's time to get lean. And you can kind of see why they're doing this. Block isn't just one thing. It's a huge, sprawling empire. You've got the iconic Square payment terminals, the incredibly popular Cash App, the buy now, pay later service Afterpay, the music platform Tidal, and a bunch of other bets on crypto and AI. That is a lot to manage, and Wall Street's been telling them to focus up. It's really a strategic choice. Look, layoffs are painful, right? It's like forcing yourself to get on a treadmill you'd really rather avoid. But Block is betting that this pain right now is going to prevent the strategic heartburn that comes from being bloated and unfocused down the road. And that brings us to our final play, this one from Coinbase. They totally skipped the internal drama and went straight for mass appeal with a huge nostalgia-fueled ad campaign. So in a crypto world that is still pretty shaken from the whole FTX collapse, trust is everything. It's the only currency that matters. So how do you take something that most people see as volatile and super complex and make it feel, well, normal? Coinbase's answer, apparently, was the Backstreet Boys. What we're seeing here is a major repositioning. Coinbase is trying to become the Costco of crypto. Seriously, forget the confusing jargon, forget the wild speculation. They want to be seen as the safe, familiar, trusted place you go for your crypto needs, a brand for your parents, not just for the die-hard early adopters. The message they're sending is crystal clear. Crypto isn't some crazy revolution anymore. It's a utility. Their ad wasn't screaming about overthrowing the financial system. No, it was this calm, nostalgic message basically saying, hey, crypto is just another tool you can use, like any other financial product.
And honestly, this shift in tone is everything. For years, the message from the crypto world was a scream. Now, Coinbase is trying a totally different approach. It's crooning a sweet, familiar tune, hoping to build mainstream trust through pure charm. So let's step back. We have three massive companies making three completely different moves, all on the same weekend. A potential buyout, a huge layoff, and a mainstream ad campaign. What on earth does it all mean when you put it together? Let's just recap the playbook real quick. Bill's acquisition rumors proved that fundamental, profitable software is a huge prize for private equity. Block's layoffs showed us that even the giants are embracing discipline to get ready for what's next. And Coinbase's ad, that showed a strategic pivot towards winning over the mainstream. Each move is a different answer to the same exact question. How do you win in this economic climate? And that really leaves us with the final question, doesn't it? You've got the get acquired play, the get lean play, and the get famous play. Three totally distinct strategies for navigating the future of finance. The only question now is, which one of these is going to end up in the fintech history books as the winning move?